Next topic for our discussion is mechanical energy. The definition is, it is the energy possessed by a body due to change in its position or change in its configuration or due to motion. A body can possess energy due to these three reasons. That energy possessed is known as mechanical energy. And mechanical energy is of two types: potential energy and kinetic energy. Energy possessed due to change in position and change in configuration is called as potential energy, and energy possessed due to motion is known as kinetic energy. First, we will discuss about kinetic energy. All the moving bodies are possessing kinetic energy. A moving car possesses kinetic energy. A fan rotating possesses kinetic energy. Flowing water possesses kinetic energy. A bullet fired from gun possesses kinetic energy. That means all moving bodies possess kinetic energy. Now, let us derive an equation to find out. Let us analyze more about kinetic energy. Now let us derive a mathematical expression for kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is symbol. Usually we use the symbol as K. Then let us derive a formula for kinetic energy. Consider a body of mass m moving in this direction with a velocity v. Means initial velocity of this body is v. Then this body moves forward. While it moves, while it is in motion, it possesses kinetic energy. That kinetic energy we want to calculate. So you assume that a retarding force acts on the body, thereby after a distance s, the body stops. Body stops means final velocity is 0. This retarding force does some work in order to stop this body. That work done by the retarding force is same as the kinetic energy of the body. Kinetic energy of the body is same as work done by retarding force. The meaning of this statement is, for example, suppose this moving body possesses 100 joule of kinetic energy. Then to stop it, 100 joule of work is to be done. That is the meaning of this statement. So from that statement we can calculate the kinetic energy of a body. Kinetic energy of this body is same as the work done by the retarding force. Then in previous numerical we have we have seen how to calculate the retarding force. Work done by retarding force is retarding force into displacement. Work done is force into displacement. Here the force is retarding force and S is the displacement. Now, how to find out this retarding force? Retarding force is equal to mass into retardation. Again, retardation we have to calculate. Look at the diagram. Here the initial velocity is v, final velocity is 0, displacement is s. So use the formula v square is equal to u square plus 2as. V, final velocity is 0. U, initial velocity we have taken as v plus 2 into a into displacement is s. So v square is equal to minus 2as. A is equal to minus v square by 2s. Then retardation is negative of acceleration. That is v square by 2s is the retardation. Now substitute here mass into retardation v square by 2s. So this is the retarding force m v square by 2s. Now let us bring this formula here. Kinetic energy is equal to work done by retarding force, that is retarding force into displacement. Retarding force we have calculated here as mv square by 2s into displacement is s. So s and s cancelled. The formula is half mv square. So this is the mathematical expression for kinetic energy. Kinetic energy is equal to half into mass of the body into square of velocity. Now let us derive a relation between kinetic energy and momentum. Both are possessed by moving bodies. Formula for kinetic energy is half mv square. M is the mass, v is the velocity. Momentum P is equal to mass into velocity. Then from this formula P is equal to mv, v can be written as P by m. Then kinetic energy formula is half mv square. Half into m into, in the place of v, I am going to substitute P by m. V is equal to P by m. So v square is P square by m square, square of this v. That means m and m cancels. P square by 2m. Kinetic energy K is equal to P square by 2m. So P square is equal to 2mk, where K is the kinetic energy. So P is equal to under root 2mk. This is the relation between momentum and kinetic energy. We will solve some numericals based on this formula later. Based on kinetic energy formula also we will solve numericals. Next topic, work energy theorem. According to this theorem, work done by a moving body or work done on a moving body is equal to change in kinetic energy. Let us prove it mathematically. Consider a body of mass m having initial velocity u, and this body moves in this direction. In same direction, some force F is applied. Thereby, its velocity changes from u to v after a distance s. Velocity increases because force is applied in the same direction of motion. Then, let us calculate what is the work done by this force. Work done is equal to force into displacement. Okay, then this force is the product of mass and acceleration. So we will calculate the force and displacement separately. This force is equal to mass into acceleration. Mass is m. What is acceleration of this body? To calculate acceleration, you can use the formula v square is equal to u square plus 2as. V, final velocity is v. Initial velocity, same, u, and acceleration a, displacement. Then v square minus u square is equal to 2as Then v square minus u square by 2s is the acceleration. Acceleration of this body is v square minus u square by 2s. So that acceleration you can write here, v square minus u square by 2s is the force acting on the body. Displacement is s. So force is m into v square minus u square by 2s into displacement. S and s cancelled. You will get mv square, expand, open the bracket, into mv square minus mu square upon 2. That is equal to half mv square minus half mu square. That means half mv square means that is the final kinetic energy. The formula for kinetic energy is half into m into v square, velocity square. So half mv square is the final kinetic energy. Half mu square is the initial kinetic energy. That means half mv square minus half mu square is the change in kinetic energy. So work done by this force is equal to the change in kinetic energy. This is known as work energy theorem. When force is applied on a body, it does some work on the body. That work done on the body is equal to the change in kinetic energy. For kinetic energy, for example, if you want to find out the initial kinetic energy, formula is half mu square. Final kinetic energy is half m into v square. So for deriving the kinetic energy formula, I followed another method, easy method, which is not given in the book. Now, different types of kinetic energy. There are 3 types: translational kinetic energy, rotational kinetic energy, and vibrational kinetic energy. What is the meaning of translational kinetic energy? It is the kinetic energy possessed when a body moves along a straight line. In this motion, the lateral displacement happening to every particle of the body will be same. What does it mean? Look at this diagram. Consider 2 particles x and y. Okay. The body displaces from A to B. Okay. A is the initial position, B is the final position. Then, what is the lateral? I have shown here 2 particles x and y. Let us see the meaning of lateral displacement of x and y. Measure the distance from x to this xx and measure the distance y. That will be equal. Means the displacement happening to each particle will be equal in translational motion. The distance x and distance y are equal. Then rotational kinetic energy. It is the kinetic energy possessed by a body which makes rotational motion. For example, wheels of the vehicles, they make rotational motion. A moving fan makes rotational motion. A spinning top makes rotational motion. Then vibrational kinetic energy. It is the kinetic energy possessed by a body when it vibrates. Vibrating means moving either up and down or to and fro. For example, the needle of a sewing machine, it makes vibrational motion. Or if you clamp the end of a steel ruler to the edge of the table and the free end of the scale, if you press down and release, it starts moving up and down. It is example for vibrational motion. Next topic, potential energy. Usually capital letter U is the symbol used for it. Earlier I gave the definition of potential energy. It is the energy possessed by a body due to the change in position or change in configuration. Configuration means its shape. Let us see what is the meaning of energy possessed due to position. Suppose you are lifting a body of mass m vertically upward. Its position changes. Okay, then in order to lift it up, you have to do some work against gravitational force. That work done by you is getting stored in it when it reaches at the highest point. So as the position increases, position changes, the energy of the body changes. That energy change in the energy happening or energy a body acquiring due to the change in its position is known as potential energy, a type of potential energy. That potential energy is given a name, gravitational potential energy. Then potential energy is possessed by a body when there is change in its configuration. Suppose you are stretching the stretching a rubber band. Its configuration changes, shape changes. Okay, so for stretching the rubber, you are doing some work. That work is getting stored in the stretched rubber in the form of potential energy. We call it as elastic potential energy. Then for elastic potential energy, another example, suppose you are compressing a spring. Its shape changes, configuration changes. That work done by you for compressing the spring is getting stored in the spring in the form of potential energy. So energy possessed by a body due to its change in position or change in configuration is generally called potential energy, and these are the two types of potential energy. Now let us derive an equation for gravitational potential energy. Gravitational potential energy is the work done when we move a body against gravitational force. It is equal to the work done while a body moves against gravitational force. Look at this example. There is a body of mass m, and we are going to lift it up to a height of h. To lift this body through a distance h, how much work is to be done? That work is getting stored in the body when it reaches here in the form of potential energy. So let us calculate the work required to lift the body from here to here. Mass of the body is m, so its weight is m into g. Weight always act downward. So how much force is to be applied to lift it up? The minimum force required to move it up is equal to the weight. I mean, the force of mg is to be applied in upward direction in order to move the body. And this height, the body has to move a distance of h, means displacement is equal to h. So what is the work done? Work done is force into displacement. Here the force required is mg, displacement is h, the distance through which the body has to be lifted is h. So mgh is the work done while lifting the body. That work done is the measure of potential energy. That means when a body goes from here to here, its potential energy it gains potential energy. That gain in potential energy is equal to mgh. Now let us see some differences between kinetic energy and potential energy. First difference, kinetic energy is the energy possessed by a body due to its motion, but potential energy is the energy possessed by a body due to its change in position or change in configuration. Another important difference is kinetic energy can be converted to many other forms of energy. We will see the examples later. But potential energy can be only changed into kinetic energy. Let us see some examples where potential energy changes to kinetic energy. This is the only change possible. Potential energy can only be changed into or converted into kinetic energy. When we hammer a nail on a wood, you know the action. We raise the hammer through certain height. Okay, so when we lift the hammer through certain height, that hammer is possessing or acquiring potential energy. Then when we bring the hammer down, the hammer comes in motion. So that potential energy changes to kinetic energy. Then when the hammer hits on the nail, that kinetic energy of the hammer is transferred to the nail. Thereby nail acquires kinetic energy. So it starts moving, means it penetrates into the wood. Then another example. When a ball or a body falls towards earth, consider a stone kept at certain height, okay, and that stone possesses potential energy. When you release it, it comes down. While coming down, its velocity is going on increasing. Okay, so when the stone is in the raised position, it possesses potential energy. While it is dropped, while it comes down, that potential energy is slowly changing into kinetic energy. And as the velocity is going on increasing, kinetic energy half mv square. Kinetic energy is also going on increasing. When it strikes on the ground, it strikes with the maximum kinetic energy because velocity will be maximum at that point. Then another example for conversion of potential energy to kinetic energy. When you are familiar with the device catapult, okay, it is used to throw the stones. It has a rubber, okay, and the middle of the rubber we will keep the stone. Then the first action what we do after keeping the stone is you will stretch the rubber. Okay, while stretching the rubber, you are doing some work. That work done by you is getting converted to elastic potential energy of the rubber because shape or configuration of the rubber is changing. So the stretched rubber possesses elastic potential energy, and when you release the rubber, that potential energy is getting changed into kinetic energy, and that with that kinetic energy the stone moves forward. Then in the case of a gun, the bullet is kept in front of a compressed spring. The spring will be compressed first. In front of the compressed spring, the bullet will be kept. So this compressed spring, it possesses elastic potential energy because its configuration changes. When you release the spring, that potential energy will be transferred to the bullet in the form of kinetic energy. Then with that kinetic energy, the bullet moves forward. So in all these examples, potential energy changes to kinetic energy. Now, different forms of energy. Till now we were discussing about mechanical energy. There are other forms of energies like solar energy. You know, solar energy is the energy possessed by sun. Sun possesses solar energy, and it is due to the nuclear fusion taking place in sun, and this energy we can make use of. Solar energy, it consists of heat and light. We can make use of this energy in different devices like solar cells, solar furnaces, solar panels, in all these. In solar cell, from solar energy electricity is produced. Then heat energy, another form of energy. It is the energy released when things burn. When a paper burns, when any fuel burns, wood burns, it releases heat energy plus light also. Then light energy, same way, when things burn, light energy is released. Sun is a main source of light energy. Then next is chemical energy. It is the energy possessed by all chemicals. Petrol, diesel, wood, anything that can burn, the food which we eat, all these possess chemical energy. Hydro energy, it is the energy possessed by water. You know the working of hydel power stations. In hydel power stations, water will be stored in higher dams, higher places, water reservoir. Then that water stored in the dam possesses potential energy due to its high position. When the water falls down, that potential energy changes to kinetic energy. Then when that water falls on the turbine, that kinetic energy changes to rotational kinetic energy of the turbine. Then that turbine is connected to the generator. Then generator works and electricity is produced. Then electric energy, which we call as electricity. It is the energy possessed by the moving electrons. We will study about electric energy in coming chapters. Then nuclear energy. You know the structure of an atom. It consists of nucleus. The center part of the atom is nucleus. Then nucleus can be broken, that is called nuclear fission. Nucleus can be joined, that is called nuclear fusion. In nuclear fission, what happens is heavy nucleus breaks into light nucleus. A heavy nucleus will be broken into lighter nucleus. In this case, the mass of this nucleus, heavy nucleus, and the sum of mass of these two lighter nucleus, if you find out the total mass of these two and the mass of this, it will not be equal. Suppose, just I use some number, not exact number. Suppose mass of this heavy nucleus is 10 gram. It breaks into two lighter nucleus. Mass of this nucleus, suppose it is 7 gram and this one is 2 gram. So, total mass of these two nucleus together makes 9 gram. Here the mass of this nucleus broken is 10 gram. So there is a small difference in the mass. Here 9 gram, total is 9 gram. So that difference we call as mass defect. Mass defect, M is equal to mass of the reactant minus mass of the product. So that mass changes into energy. Okay. That energy released, you can find out by a formula, E is equal to mc square. This is known as Einstein's mass energy relation. So certain mass is getting converted into energy according to this equation. This is the in nuclear fusion also, opposite reaction, lighter nucleus combined to form a heavy nucleus. There also mass defect will be there. That mass defect or that amount of mass is getting converted to energy. That energy released we call as nuclear energy. Then geothermal energy. Due to the nuclear disintegrations happening under the earth, earth possesses some energy that we call as geothermal energy. Then magnetic energy, it is the energy possessed by a magnet. Sound energy, it is the energy possessed by our energy which is in the form of waves, which is produced when the things vibrate. Then wind energy, that is energy of the moving air. Then mechanical energy, already we have discussed what is mechanical energy. So these are several different forms of energies. Now next topic, conversion of energy from one form to another. According to law of conservation of energy, energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but it can be converted from one form to another form. Let us see some examples where energy conversion takes place. Already I told energy conversion taking place in a hydel power station. Step by step the different energy changes. Then in a microphone, when we speak in front of a microphone, what we call as mic in short form, then the energy which we are giving to microphone is sound energy, and inside the microphone that sound is getting converted to electric energy. So in a microphone the energy conversion is sound energy changes to electric energy. Then in case of loudspeaker, from the microphone, electric energy reaches to the speaker. There, reverse happens. Electric energy changes to sound energy. Then, in an electric motor, we are giving electric energy as the input and it is getting converted to mechanical energy. Reverse happens in a generator. Mechanical energy changes to electric energy. Some more examples. When we charge a battery, electric energy we are giving, and inside the battery it is getting converted to chemical energy. So electric energy changes to chemical energy. Reverse happens when we discharge a battery. When a battery discharges, chemical energy is getting converted to electric energy. Then in an electric cell, inside a cell some chemical is filled, means it possesses some chemical energy. When we make use of that cell, that chemical energy is changing into electric energy. Then in the case of photosynthesis, you know what is photosynthesis. In photosynthesis, the light energy changes into chemical energy. Plants are preparing food with the help of sunlight. That food prepared means it is a form of chemical energy. Then when a bulb burns, electric energy is getting converted to heat and light. Then in a steam engine, the heat energy is getting converted to mechanical energy. Then in an electromagnet, electric energy gets converted to magnetic energy. Then in a thermocouple, electricity is produced from heat energy. Then in an electric oven or heater, electric energy is getting converted to heat energy. So these are some conversions, energy conversions taking place.